right, man, let's talk about Anthony Davis. Rumors that the Lakers could trade Anthony Davis. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. Hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So yeah, I mean, they get rid of Anthony Davis. I mean, a lot of people say, well, they could have traded LeBron. A couple issues with that. LeBron is an attraction, especially when he's going to break the record. And then, how far down the line can he, continue to space himself from the record? Now, there's some reassurance LeBron signed an extension until Bronny come out of college, because the one and done thing, it don't probably come into effect till the CBA is over with next summer. So the one and done thing, people talking about, oh, Bronny only being one and done because of Bronny. No, that don't. Bronny will still have to go to college for one and done. That don't kick in until like 2024. Excuse me, that's 2024. Excuse me, so don't kick in 2024. So that's one reason why people gonna continue to come to the Laker game, is because of LeBron James. All right, so that's something to think about. So, and then the second thing is how much money, how much assets could you bring back for LeBron James? Come on, where are you gonna send him at to win a championship right away? I mean, there's no clear contenders. I mean, unless you would go to Denver and get a lot of people, but him and Joker, they do the same thing. Would you send him to Philadelphia? I mean, Boston, I doubt it. Golden State, I mean, they got a lot of young assets. That'll probably be the one place. Maybe they try to give you Clay, Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody, and maybe a couple picks. And, Draymond in there, combination of those players. And, you send LeBron to Golden State and you rebuild with those young players. And also, they already got a sense of what it takes to be a champion. So, that's the one place you can see it happening. So, I mean, he would never get the same amount of backlash that Kevin Durant did, because he was the one that started creating super teams and doing all that shit. Not joining them, let's start creating them. But nonetheless, with Anthony Davis, I mean, he's 29 years old. I mean, he just got hurt for hanging on the basket. His back was hurting. So, I mean, if he was going to do this, they should have did this a year or two ago. That's my thing. If they was going to do this, they should have did this a year or two ago. And that would have made the most sense. But the reason why it ain't worked in LA, he don't want to play in the back to the basket, but it's just not that. Because with them going through him like a traditional big fella, and the last guy they went through with his back to the basket consistently. And guess what? He made the fucking NBA championship and beat LeBron on the way to the Eastern Conference championship. Was Dwight Howard. It was Dwight Howard. That's the last one. It was Dwight Howard. They played through him. And the thing about that, they had some guys on there that was ball dominant, like Hedo Turkoglu. Peters was pretty good with the ball in his hands. So they had some guys over there that was ball dominant, and but they found a way to make it work. But the thing about it, LeBron turns all his big fellas into either they gonna run the floor, they gonna run pick and roll, or they gonna space the floor. Verjao, Boozer, Ilgauskas was all his pick and roll and pick and pop guys, or they was guys that could run the break. He find them on the break. They get a bucket. They get a big contract somewhere else. That's how it go. That's exactly how it go. So that's the difference. That's the major difference. So Chris Bosh and Kevin Love, he made them into floor spacers, shoot the ball. But the difference was, Chris Bosh was able to do the dirty work. Kevin Love wasn't able to do shit else. He wasn't down there to rebound like he used to rebound. And he wasn't even as efficient stretching the floor and shooting threes. He shouldn't have been an all-star most of those years with Cleveland. He was just another guy. And when they needed to count on him in the playoffs and the NBA Finals, he wasn't nowhere to be found. He was injured, or he was just a decoy. It's like he went to Cleveland and he lost all his superpowers, his 2020s. They was getting on a bad team in Minnesota. So, but the difference is, Anthony Davis, they was never going, when LeBron was going to be able to allow him to post up and run through him. LeBron don't have that skill set. Then LeBron don't want to post up. himself. So how they had to be successful was post him up. But what they did was virtually turn, AD into a poor man's Kyrie, a poor man's Dwayne Wade, and that's put him on the block. That's put him on the block. That's make him a wing. That's what they did. They made him a catch and shoot wing. Or if he on the wing, he could put the ball on the floor a little bit. LeBron deferred a lot more to to Kyrie than Anthony Davis. That's the crazy thing about it. That's what they did. When they got Anthony Davis, they got another guard, another wing. That's how they traditionally use him. But they put him on the block, and LeBron spaced the floor, and they let him go get 2 off the block every time. Dude's a 30 and 15 guys as long as he's healthy doing that. And that's a minimum. Most nights he probably get you 35, 40 points. He gonna get 15 free throws for being down there. His prototypical his prototype should be Patrick Ewing. And I think he could be a step or 2 or 3 above Patrick, and Patrick was all-time great. That's what he can be. Post, jab step, jumper. I mean, that whole package Patrick had going on. And eventually you let LeBron get into his bag, you pick and pop with AD. You run sets for AD, on the outside a little bit, but him being in the paint, he gonna get his and ones. He gonna get, his chances for 3 at the free throw line. He gonna do that pretty easy. He might be a little bit healthier down there banking, because you ain't banking against Sam Perkins or Rick Smiths or Chris Dudley or Akeem Olajuwon, or you ain't banking against Greg Ostertag, Rashawn Bradley, Chris Webber. I mean, you go on and on. Rasheed Wallace, Theo Ratliff, Mutombo. You ain't banking against those guys. You banking against Draymond Green. You banking against Bo. You know what I'm saying? You ain't banking against those rugged, tough guys from back in the day. Most nights they gonna put a small forward or undersized power forward like Tobias Harris on you some nights. That's barbecue chicken on the block. And it's funny, nobody mentions that about Anthony Davis. They just continue to say, well, Anthony Davis, we thought he can carry more. How you expect a guy that's 6'10", 6'11", they're 7 foot to deliver on the perimeter, chucking up threes? How? That's my question. How? The further you away from the basket, the lower chance you got to make a three. The closer you are to the basket, the better chance you got to make a shot. If Anthony Davis got on the block and played on the block and played elbow to elbow, man, dude be dangerous. Block, fade away. On the block, hard drop step, finish hard in the rim. You can do the Akeem. You can, fake to the paint side. Come back with the sheet, turn around, or the dream shake, going baseline too. Or go over left and right shoulder. Just thinking about things he can do. You can post it up to him. He can face up on the block, jab step. Little 5 to 10 footer. Bam. You can play high low with him too. Play high at the elbow. Clear it out. He can go past most big guys, most guards he can go past, and one. If not, they scared he gonna go past and they're gonna play soft. That's an easy 2 right there for Anthony Davis. He'd be way more efficient. But LeBron doesn't allow that. LeBron not gonna, space the floor, catch and shoot, run the baseline so AD can find him on the baseline. AD passing from the high post. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's skill set turn those fives into fours. I mean to guards. Look no further than Kevin Love. Nigga became a fucking 2 guard, or a 3 eventually, essentially. Chris Bosh went from a guy that was getting damn near 20-10 every season, getting to the bucket, doing his little 10 to 15 foot. He said, you know what, man, I'm gonna step. He can always do this. I gotta step out to the 3-point line because LeBron need the space. I'm gonna do the dirty work. I'm gonna rebound. I'm gonna play hard on the pick and rolls. I'm gonna do those type of things. That's what he said he gonna do. So, she about to fit her ass up in here. Old people cannot drive. You cannot fit in here, old lady. They don't be caring. As long as you don't hit my shit, you ain't got a problem. But But yeah, you know, that's what he turned him into. And Chris Bosh don't get enough credit. He should have been player of the year. I mean, defensive player of the year a couple of those years in Miami. That's how important he was. He was the glue guy. Them recruiting Carmelo Anthony, they wouldn't have won shit there. Because what Chris Bosh did, he was the man. He was the front line of defense, and he did a lot of shit on the perimeter, stepping out on those, you know, on the perimeter and you know, picking rolls and picking pops and stuff. So, but yeah, that's why ain't shit gonna happen. Same thing with Karl Anthony Towns. It's no different. You know, Rudy Gobert supposed to be, you know, being the center. Karl Anthony Towns supposed to be this new power forward that's really another guard or another small forward, wing. And he'll never win like that neither. You're too damn big not to have your back to the basket and go in there, especially in this generation, where you don't have to see a credible center every night. Dwight Howard was the last big fella to do so. Get on the block, take a team to the championship. He he was the last one to follow that blueprint. And they had the ball down with Hito Turkoglu and Petrus and a couple guys that love having the ball. They figured it out. LeBron don't want to cut. He don't want to run the baseline. He don't want to be catch and shoot. LeBron want to have everything in his hand, everything in his control. And as he started to fade, you seen the Lakers started to fade. He never was going to put the ball in Anthony Davis' hand. He was never going to turn the ball over to Kyrie. That was all just gibberish. And Kyrie knew it. LeBron can't change the way he played. Been playing like that his whole life. So, and what you can get for Anthony Davis, I'm not sure you can get much now unless he go on a hot streak. So, you know, for the most part, they might have to live by this, because you don't get nowhere near the assets that you gave up for them. So they might just run these contracts out, clear the cap, and just start rebuilding draft pick by draft pick. And the longer they take, you know, they kind of remind me of the Pistons holding on to Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond too long. When Blake Griffin was playing at an all-NBA level, he made all-NBA third team the year they got swept by Miami. You know, they was playing at a high level. They could have traded him at the trade deadline, got assets for him, traded Andre Drummond, got assets, started to rebuild. They waited too late, didn't get nothing for him. Got a second-round pick for Andre Drummond. So, it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal, link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. More videos like this. Peace.